Everybody, welcome back to Prescription Bourbon. I'm DMC from Louisville, Kentucky. Today I'm doing a quick hit review of Lucky 7 Holiday Toast Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. Alright, so Lucky 7 Spirits is a non-distiller producer of whiskeys. They get most of their whiskeys, it's believed, from the big, large producers, distillers of whiskeys. So this particular one does say Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. So it's got to be one of the Kentucky distillers. So we're looking at somebody, like Barton's or Beam or, potentially Wild Turkey, Four Roses. You never know. It's not really known. This Holiday Toast is basically a double oaked whiskey. It does come in at 115 proof, but it's non-age stated. It would have been aged as a regular bourbon, minimum of 4 years at this point, since it does say Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, and then aged in a secondary toasted barrel. So that's where the Holiday Toast comes from. I'm hoping to pull out some good holiday spice notes and whatnot on this. I saw a lot of people reviewing this last year, and it was around the holidays, so I had in my head that this was going to be a nice holiday pour, and we'll see. We'll see if it is a holiday spice pour or just a normal double oak. The Lucky 7's bottles, you can kind of see here. They kind of have a unique bottle shape and pattern with the diamonds and whatnot on there. They kind of make this look like a movie ticket here. It says admit one. Some of them you can peel back, and there's a barcode underneath that'll take you to a little website where you can see a little movie or something, like an old-timey movie. So I think the owners, are possibly in the movie industry. But even the logo there kind of looks like to me, looks like a movie studio logo. So, all right. Let's see what we've got in the glass. Give this a nose. It does have a nice dark amber color to it. I'm definitely getting some oak, toasted oak. Kind of like a little bit of toasted sugar marshmallow type nose on that. Being 115 proof, it's not really strong on the nose. The proof point's not really coming out. Pleasant nose. Let's give it a sip. Cheers. All right, first sip. Had more sweetness on it. Had some brown sugars, had some, definitely some sugary sweetness to it. Second sip was definitely spicier, and it was heavy cinnamon, and it definitely did have some baking spice in there too. Some besides the cinnamon, it had some clove or some allspice, so some kind of gingerbready, cookie type of spices. Medium viscosity on that. It's not super thin. It definitely has some oak on there though too. Basically it hits you in three waves. It hits you with the sweet, hits you with the spice, and the oak to me comes on the finish. The warmth is even. It's not hot at all going down. It's an even warmth in mouth, and going down the throat into the chest. So definitely seems to be, drinking under its 115 proof point once again. So not as hot as you might think it would be for 115 proof. I wish I had sweetness. That brown sugar sweetness would stick around a little bit longer. That's pretty pleasant. The spiciness in that middle is nice too. It does linger for a bit. I'd say it's not quite a medium finish on that, but the oak does come and it lingers. So I would say it's a good, solid, medium long finish. With all that said, with the spice and then the oak. So yeah, pleasant sip. It does come off as a double oak. I mean, the oak is very much present on the finish there. Yeah, so it's got a few layers on the nose there, a little bit of depth on the taste. Not super deep, or not a ton of layers of flavor on this or anything. It's pretty simple as far as all that goes. But interesting pour. So these bottles I think are about $75. This is batch 7, so they are marked as limited release. So I don't know if all the whiskey they've gotten for all the batches has all come from the same place or not. They say that they go out and find the best whiskey available, and that's what they age. I don't know if they're doing any blending per se, but they've got several different lines of whiskeys out there. You might see in the store. Besides this holiday toast, they have one called the Joker, one called the Frenchman, which I think is secondary aged in French oak. They've got the Proprietor, which those are I think longer aged single barrels. So they've got the blended, or they got the batched releases, such as this. They do have some single barrels. But they've got a couple different releases that they put out. So various proofs and various price points. So you can be on the lookout for them. It's definitely an interesting label. And I could see where this would be a nice sip this winter for the holidays. I really do. All right. I hope you liked what you saw here. Hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Leave some comments down below if you've tried any of the Lucky Seven's whiskeys. If you've seen them, haven't seen them, I don't know what the distribution on them is. How many states they're in, or how far and wide they are. So, if you can't find them in your state, maybe you can find them online. Remember, everybody, all bourbon is whiskey, but all whiskey is not bourbon. The best bourbon comes from Kentucky. Cheers.
Turkey.